Mandela, MEC of Sports and Culture, Chris Vondo, President of SAFA, Mr. Jenny Jordan, Chair of PSL, Dr. Ivan Khoza, and to all protocol observed. I don't know where to start when we talk about the hero that has fallen. I, for one, he changed my life as a footballer. Not from Kaizer Chiefs, but when I was about 13 or 14, the first time I saw him play football, playing for Giant Blackpool, at Midland Stadium, playing against Michael Angelos that Ronnie Zondi was playing for. But as you know, you heard what Ronnie Zondi said to you. He tormented them. He teared them apart with his skills. So obviously, when we talk about the giant that has fallen, we talk about the person who was out of this world. To me, the only difference between Shoes and Zinedine Zidane is that Zinedine Zidane was born in France and Shoes was born in South Africa. I don't even think Zinedine Zidane came close to Shoes when it comes to skills. Like I said, the first time I watched him play in Midland Stadium, we were also playing, as you know, kids will always play on the other side of the field. But something caught my eyes while we were still playing. The game was on. I can't even remember what was the final score. But there's one thing that I know for sure, that he scored more than 3 goals on the day. Because every time I watched the game, he was scoring. Every time I watched the game, because we were also playing as, you know, young kids, he was scoring. And then all of a sudden, I stopped playing with my friends. I started paying attention into the game, because John Shoes Moshoeu was tearing the defenders apart. From there on, I told myself that I want to play football like that man. I didn't know his name that day. And because God is great, I managed to play with him. He became my teammate, a friend, not a very close one, because I was a bit shy, obviously, with the contribution that he has made to South African football. I didn't want to take chances. I had so much respect for him, but I always wanted to share a table with him, to talk to him, but I was a bit scared, thinking that maybe he'll tell me where to, you know, stay away from him. But he was not that kind of a person. He was a very, very humble man indeed. And I can tell you, if I can talk about this man, I can talk about him until tomorrow. Though I only spent 4 to 5 years, you know, with him. But there was a lot of things that we shared together as teammates. There were a lot of things that were positive we learned from him. There is this song that we used to sing in the dressing room just before the game. And I'm happy that some of my teammates, my former teammates, are here today in honor of the great legend, Moshoeu. I would love to sing that song with these guys. May you please guys come to the stage. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to know a man of Moshoeu's caliber. I want to tell you a story. What happened one day after the game, after we played against Black Leopard. That day we were playing at FNB, we won 5-0. Shu scored 3 goals. Collins Mbesuma scored the 4th goal and I scored the 5th one. And in that game, I created all the goals that we scored. And when we arrived at the hotel, after the dinner, Shoes called me aside. He said to me, Mzagaze, you know, a lot of people didn't know this name, but I don't even know why he used to call me by this name. He used to call me Mzagaze. And I didn't even ask him why he was calling me Mzagaze. He just said to me, Mzagaze. And I said, Grotman. I said, can you please come aside? I just want to have a moment with you. Then I did that. And he just gave me 1,000 rand. I never told anyone about this. It's only maybe 2 months back I told Coach Ace about it. That, you know, this guy was amazing. After giving me the money, he said to me, I'm doing this because I have never played with a player who's so unselfish like you. Then I said to him, but Grotmane, I'm getting paid to do my job, so why are you giving me money? He said to me, it's because I'm showing that I appreciate what you are doing. I want you to do what you did to me in terms of supplying and do the same to the other players. Then, since that day, obviously I became more open to him. Whenever I needed advice, I'll go to him. And he was, you know, a person who was like, also had a sense of humor, you know. I remember one day we played in, we just won Telkom Cup. And Patrick Mayo was named the player of the tournament. As you know, Telkom Cup was played in December. In fact, the final was in December. So we all, you know, celebrated, you know, big time because we knew that we were going to, you know, have some extra cash, get our bonuses. And Patrick Mayo, since he was named the player of the tournament, he went home. When he came back, we had a mini preseason, sort of, because we were a bit unfit. Those, obviously, who don't look after themselves. But those who were true professionals, like him, and most of these guys there and myself, we were always ready for action. And when we started training, since it was a mini pre-season, we started by doing endurance. So we were running. So Patrick Meyer was one of the players, hard-working players as well. So he was always fit. But like I said, because he was, he had a lot of money, and he went home. When he came back, it was a bit flat. So now, what really happened? We started jogging, and as the tempo was increasing, Patrick started talking to me and Shoes, because most of the time, myself, Shoes, him, and some of the guys, like senior players, we always wanted to lead by example in Kaizer Chiefs. So we'll always be, up front, pushing ourselves. So Shoes was always there, always on toes. We used to call him always on toes, because he was always, he was super fit. So now, because Patrick was 0% when it comes to fitness, he started saying to me and Shoes, guys, while we were running, guys, can you please talk to the coach? You guys are senior players here. Tell the coach, can you stop running? I can't take it anymore. And myself and Shoes, we ignored him. Then he realized that we don't answer. And then again, he said, guys, can't you hear I'm talking to you? Please talk to the coach. I can't take it anymore. And then we started laughing. So while we were still running, he noticed that we are not answering him. And then now he was telling us in Xhosa now. He wanted us to hear him very well. Ematot, Kaniva, Tetan nomqeqeshi kuba nansakho. Ngamasina players up. And myself, myself and Shoes, we continue laughing. And the guys behind us, they didn't understand why we were laughing. Then and Patrick couldn't take it anymore and then he decided to stop running. So while we were running on the other side of the field, we saw our physio, attending Patrick. As he was stretching him, trying to pull, because he was having cramps now. But we saw that on the other side of the field. So when we got closer, we realized that now he's not only cramping, on his legs, but he's also cramping all over his body. Cramping on his cheeks, neck, and stomach. But he was not happy about that. Then after the game, after the training, he came to the dressing room, and then he promised to beat the hell out of us, myself and Shoes, because we were laughing at him. But funny, Shoes never got upset. He kept on laughing. He just said, but with the man who had achieved so much in this country when it comes to football, anyone could have reacted differently. He was going to take it as if Patrick was disrespecting him. But because he had a sense of humor, he always wanted to see everybody smiling. He always wanted to change lives. Just like he once owned the team, he was involved in Alex. He was also now, lastly, he was helping the team from Unselfish. It says a lot about him. Now my question is, how many more legends left that are going to be like him? Ace Kuse told me a story about him. Told me a story in Turkey that when he went to join the team that Shoes was playing for, he got him there and he welcomed Ace with open arms. He was very, 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 very in terms of helping other people, he was very, very generous. So now, like I said, the sad part is that the more important people in our country are disappearing. It makes me feel sad for the fact that those are most important people for our game in order this game to improve. Those who didn't see Shoes play, they don't know anything. They didn't see the best, like I said. If Shoes was born in Europe, we would have been talking about him, just like we're talking about Zinedine Zidane. But to me, Zinedine Zidane is not even half of Shoes Moshoeu. Ask all the defenders. So I'm very lucky when I got a chance to play with him. I was also a midfielder, because you heard what Ronnie Zondi said, and also there's Grootman Brian Mate here. He also suffered peacefully. They all know him. Patrick Mabedi, they all know him. Those who played against him, they all suffered peacefully. So by saying that, I just want to thank God for giving me this opportunity to play with one of the best players. To me, he's one of the best players in the world. It's simply because in this country, we take football for granted. Until we change that mentality and that attitude and start respecting this game more, because this is one game that brought everyone together. And this is one game that changes lives. That is why my hero, my legend, he changed a lot of people, including me. So I'm saying, Mama, to his family, luhlele ngahlanga mama. Sikhala nani on behalf of his former teammate at Kaizer Chiefs and Kaizer Chiefs family. Sikhala nani mama.